also going to be great for Ghost. So I feel like, unfortunately for Gen G, this draft didn't come together the way they wanted it to. And we even saw, you know, the tease of potentially an Akali in the top lane. They decided against it. It feels like they were not prepared for what Gen G, or excuse me, from what Damwon Kia prioritized here, which was standard picks. And then they just tried to close it out with a Quinn for some top lane dominance. But I worry about the team fights.
Yeah, I don't think the team fights are actually something that Gen G can ever look at in this particular game. Like, there's just, like, they're too squishy. They'll just get exploded. Any shockwaves get into position, they'll just get run over. They don't win the poke war either. The boomerangs and the spears will be coming out, as well as those void seekers. I just don't know whether they can contest objectives without having absolutely ridiculous amounts of vision control, which against Damwon Kia is such a tall order. So, of course they can, right? Especially with early leads, and they're going to go for this gank on the top side to see whether that's going to make it work out. Blind comes through. Khan going to get flashed on and has to flash away, but still is going to die. First blood going over to the Lilia. Sleep, of course, if Flawless comes in for a gank, but at that point, you know, you try and get out of there before any of that. Oh, sorry. Of course, Canyon's the one that's going to be ganking him, so he's going to be fine there. No CC to worry about.
Yep. Life here can actually jump over this wall and respect this, but they're not.
Whoa. Grand entrance interrupted beautifully there by Beryl, as now they're looking to try and turn it around. Showmaker flashes forward with a shockwave, doesn't quite get it the way he wants to as the orbs fly forward, and the Orianna's taken down. A double kill now for BDD, who's getting his vengeance.
I'm just going to sit here. He's not missing any CS. He's only 2 down, in fact, at this stage.
Ooh, Khan has to hop to get himself out of the way. Oh, the blind is going to miss, but Khan looks like he's still dead. Yeah, cool guys don't look at explosions as Rascal grabs himself another solo kill. I think that's 10.
Does make her hit pretty hard, too, with her auto, which is kind of funny as Showmaker.
Oh, dear. Ulti comes down, flash forward from Rascal as the shockwave can't even go off. And Rascal's just getting out of control.
And he's just way out of position, doesn't have any vision. He's trying to rejoin his...
Oh, no. The boomerang didn't even land there as Rascal... He's going to land the blind, but that's going to be a beautiful crunch. And goodbye, my friend.
In the brush he knows about. There's like no secret here. There's nobody he can even join up with. That was a... Showmaker definitely really messing that one up, sadly, I have to say.
Didn't really have to flash. There is in we go. We're going to be able to take down Life here on the bottom side. As that was in the replay, I believe we missed that one, as we're going to check out Khan. Just having the Nabar in exactly the right spot, and unfortunately just not enough damage from Rascal to get the work done before that one came down.
It's going to be a turret trade right now, but the question is, do they survive this? Like, Canyon, I don't think Rascal even knew he was here. He's going to die. And then what happens to Khan?
Okay, Khan actually going to move on in here as Canyon bounces away, not actually far enough, as now Khan, he's being baited in, has to flash, Void Seeker, going to miss, but Khan is going to escape with his life.
Never for this to happen. I actually like Damwon Kia controlling this Baron, though.
Yeah, Life actually going down to about half health, but does make his way out of there. As now Beryl taking a lot of damage from Ruler. Ruler avoiding the majority of what's going on here as Rascal looking for the blind, but doesn't find it.
I actually really like that Damwon Kia knew that taking the Drake fight was unrealistic. They had a group up and vision control around the Baron, or at least they were trying to wrestle that away. And trying to force a fight on their terms, trying to force Gen G to rotate into them. Because I think that is the way that they win these team fights, right? And with Gen G delaying that and then eventually stopping it, it doesn't work out. But Rascal, once again, looking for Khan.
Yeah, he picks up his boomerang as now he's trying to jump after Rascal, doing a fair bit of work, but gets blinded in the end. Showmaker looking for him. There's the Killer Instinct. Nails the Void Seeker.
Side lane, they're actually making big commitments to Canyon.
Whoa, that's a pole flash as the shockwave comes through as well. They just eviscerate the Xayah before she can even ult. Sleep comes down, lands onto a couple. The Unbreakable Will is going to be there. Beryl looking for that Pulverize, doesn't quite find the good positioning as Canyon gets that flash in right before the orb was going to take him out. As Rascal now looking to collapse and grab these low health members. Blind comes down. Canyon throwing spears to deter them from getting here, and it looks like Gen G to do now because they're just trading possibly an inhibitor. Yeah. As BDD is going to rotate over, but this is already gone.
Khan setting up for this. Showmaker on the bottom side of the fight, so they are a little bit disconnected here. They're slightly vulnerable, especially while Gen G is hovering on this choke, but they get forced away. Rascal on the flank.
This could be game over if this actually is a team fight win for Damwon Kia, because there are minions on Nexus turrets right now. There's a flash in, the 4-man Pulverize from Beryl. His Alistair's always so good. They wipe the floor with the Lilia. Now Life trying to get Showmaker here as Canyon gets a big old shield from the Command Protect. Rascal just flashes on over and grabs that kill, but Kaiser's going to fall down. A bit of gameplay has struck him in the face.
And you see Rascal's going for the flank, but look at this Beryl by himself. It's just like, nope, triple pulverize, and Khan is going in. Follow-up stun is there, and Ghost has so much damage output. On the other side of the fight, Canyon is caught, but he buys so much time. He has his Zonias available, he goes golden, and everything is just going to pieces now for Gen G as BDD falls.
That was 100-0. That's really rude. Well, let's see who's going to start it off first at the moment. It is controlled by Damwon Kia. Good stun comes out from BDD, though. He throws down the ulti, and he is so strong. BDD is huge right now. Now, Void Staff doing a whole lot of work, but in the end, Ghost is going to win the 1v1 against the Quinn. Precisely not what you want if you're a Gen G fan. That's going to even the playing field as now the Shockwave onto 2 members. Featherstorm now on cooldown, but that's a very dead cow, and Ruler keeps himself safe.
Boom. Yep. Baron control to Damwon Kia after that vision sweep that they had.
Imagine if that bowling ball had have stole the Baron. Flawless, of course, had no blast cone, no flash, couldn't get in there. Got 6 items, one of them being a Lord Dominic's Regard, which is going to be very necessary against Khan, who's got himself a Thornmail. That Drake was there, and then it wasn't. Yeah, so, I agree.
Both of these teams have to respect each other so much. And because we're 6 Drakes in, we're going to get the maximum 7 probably. Oh, hold that thought.
Yep, Canyon actually getting turned on, does have the Commander Protect as in goes Ghost and just pops Rascal once again. And that's what Rascal thought he was getting, but unfortunately it works out the complete opposite, as now Canyon over here has the Primal Surge to keep himself safe as well as having all of those shields. And thank goodness for sure. Well, Vision going to be put up there, just letting Damwon Kia know that Gen G haven't started this Baron. They're going to start it off now. Look at the Flawless, pretty tanky right here as the Void Seeker does not find them. Full information given over to Damwon Kia, and Canyon's going to try and make this a 50-50. They just burst it down though. Flawless, quick on the trigger finger as Life gets himself out of there, and Gen G steal it away. Khan. Yep, Ghost actually dashing on forward. Oh my god, the explosion of damage. Ghost is going, no, very close to falling down. I thought the gameplay button was going to do it, but Flawless jumps over and picks off the Kaiser. The Rakan's going to fall down, and there's the Xayah as well, as this fight is so much closer. Beryl going to be taken down by BDD, and now Khan's going to suffer the same fate. Canyon running for the hills, and it felt like Damwon had control, but then Gen G get the pick off, and Ghost is going to be kicking himself. Canyon, can he get in there? And he does! Takes down Rascal. 2 versus 1 now. Can Canyon actually save this as he's looking to try and get into the base? But no, he's not going to be able to.
He has to back. He has to back. He has to try to slow this down. He has very little damage output against Baron minions that are coming down this base by himself. I mean, there's not much he can do, but he can't waste any time. He has to do anything. He has to hit any spears he can to try to stop this game from going down, but it just feels like it's too little too late. Yeah.
There are way too many minions. He can't actually stop them from crashing onto these Nexus turrets. BDD does way too much damage. Canyon knows that it's all over. Oh my goodness, stolen out of the jaws of defeat. They held on to the early game so well, did Gen G, but it felt like the comp wasn't necessarily going to be able to get them across the line. It doesn't matter though, because in the end, it's just to get rid of that Xayah meant that BDD, like you say, was just untouched. Did about 1 trillion damage, and you can see that represented in the damage graph here. Rascal still, he was thwacking on the Gnar all game long. That gives him some big numbers, but the difference between BDD and Showmaker is, I think, the huge gleaming issue for Damwon Kia right now.
Showmaker just didn't... that they are just gonna fall off, right? How do you regain your confidence? How could you comfortably sit in your chair in front of your PC and play in the LCK and say, I'm the best team, I'm the defending world champions, I'm the #1 team, after getting 2-0'd by these kinds of compositions that are so out of the box? But on the other hand, I trust Gen G with this composition. I wouldn't have if we hadn't just watched them totally dominate the early game with that Quinn composition just moments ago, and then still make the right decisions in the late game, still make those tough calls, and still bring it back. I trust Gen G's composition here, as weird as it is. I feel like they know how to execute it.
I do too. I actually think that they've built themselves like a beautiful, just normal brick wall style of composition that can just comfortably fight front to back. They can set up around objectives. They can do everything that they shouldn't have been able to do. Everything, and just be a brick wall. Is Canyon gonna find a boot back there onto BDD. Threaded volley not going to come back off cooldown, but BDD's still going to have to flash to get out of those pebbles. Now the horse getting slapped on the behind, just a little bit there.
Take this away, I think. I don't think you can fight for this.
Oh, BDD gets the flash out of Canyon. That was fantastically played, but Threaded volley still going to do a fair bit of work as Beryl goes for the engage, but he gets completely interrupted. Life now trying to run out of this one. Four-man Nara to the wall as Rascal finds a four-man wallop afterwards, gets congratulated with that first blood, and Gen G limp away. The zombie Scion not able to catch up to Khan right here as the stuns come in, and they'll take a well-deserved Shelly. Should be able to grab their Mountain Drake.
Let me grab that one. Drake for a Drake here in terms of the control in this early game.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Once again, Crashdown comes in. Yeah, Life. See whether he can taxi to get himself out of the way. That face breaker was really cool.
Luckily, these are veterans and world champions. And this is a very big bounce back. Not so much for Rascal down here in the new side lane.
Rascal desperately doesn't want to use his ultimate, as now he gets he walks in front of Khan, and unfortunately he's not going to be able to get that one to work. But still, that's good. Still going to be a flash for flash, and the ignite now down for Life as well. Exactly the hugest deal is, oh dear, Shifting Sands comes in. That's a beautiful Magnet Storm as Beryl takes control of the fight, gets out in the nick of time as well as now Life. He's going to try and break some faces, but he's going to die for it as Canyon picks up the kill, and now Rascal's in trouble. Showmaker finds the bubble as well, as you can see the ward right in position. Goodbye, my friend. That is a dead Scion. The zombie not going to be able to do anything either from over the wall. It's Flawless. He runs really fast, but that's not helping them in this fight at all. As the boulder comes forward, Ruler trying to stand his ground, and another beautiful Gnar into the wall. The Empress Divide's decent, but it's not going to save BDD.
Scion works with this composition. Like, I see he's tanky. I see he could offer a lot in team fights. I'm going to watch this replay again. Nice flash from Showmaker. Everybody's pretty far forward here in this fight for Gen G, including Rascal. But it's just Beryl. Crash down into the fight, pulls everybody in, and look at the damage output. Canyon is helping to keep the members from retreating mid, so they actually have to take the long way around. That's actually a really nice play from Canyon. Then Life gets picked off, and there's just no way to escape. Like, Flawless is desperately trying to run to the top side of the map. Sleep goes down here on the Rascal. Nice cut off there. Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out where the Scion fits in here, but he's very tanky. Can threaten you a lot in some of these longer fights, can help set up for your damage dealers, but he's mostly dead weight, unfortunately, in this game, and a big play from Beryl is going to guarantee them this Baron, which is no doubt already
Khan's just playing frontline really beautifully right now. He's looking so threatening as there's the train, but it's once again lands only onto one. There's the showstopper, though, as he gets thrown out, and I think they're just a little bit too far behind. Rascal goes golden, but he's going to die afterwards. And there it is. It's a double kill for Ghost, as now Flawless is being hunted down. Khan looking to try and get back to his team now. They don't really mind about what the Udyr is doing because he's done basically nothing this game. As they'll take down this inhibitor. The top lane one is also open, free and available. Yeah, it looks like they're trying to just take down these Nexus turrets. They're done with this game. 30 minutes is well and truly enough time. As Showmaker goes golden, back to his portal as well. As Flawless is here, but Ruler's off to the side. You can see Khan just hops on top of him. The crash down going to be avoided, but you can't avoid the Acathian Rain. That one's targeted. As the Emperor's Divide does not find them, that's a really high-value stopwatch. As Canyon is going to burn to death, and it's another double kill for the Zyre. I think that might be an unofficial quadra. As the Nexus is now exposed, Flawless is still here. But he's just still not doing anything at all. The Nexus falls down as he's running in circles.
Here, you have to put the focus on the jungle bans, like every other team that has been playing him has done, especially DRX. As we take a look at our damage graph here, Khan, 20,000.5 damage to 4.6. Again, I'm still trying to figure out if Udyr and Scion existed in this game, or if Damwon Kia just won a 5v3.
Well, they barely did, Wolf. Yeah. Only BDD able to do as much damage as the fourth highest on the time, but if anyone can do it, it's Canyon.
Yeah. I do think that this is a composition that is well forged around fighting in choke points. It's forged around controlling objectives, the composition we're seeing from Damwon Kia. I like the lane matchup as well. I mean, Seraphine has been extremely successful so far in the LCK, despite not being seen a lot. You know, there's a nice front line here as well. Really nice hard initiate with the Ornn. I believe this composition on the side of Damwon Kia doesn't have a whole lot of glaring weaknesses.
No, and it certainly works very, very well as the game goes on, assuming the Udyr can stay relevant, but should still be able to follow up on a lot of what Damwon have set themselves up with. So let's see what happens as we hop into game number 3. His jungle, as it's going to be the blue buff that's going to be spawning next for him, but you can see Flawless already a whole host of vision.
So these two mid laners in a lot of ways have a lot to prove.
Well, Khan's going to prove that he's able to get a knock up onto an Olaf, who then just runs away. Chaos Storm now going to do a bit of work. This will guarantee the Rift Herald, and Damwon Kia going to try and get that advantage back that they picked up early into the game, and now going to
Maker.
Flawless, yeah, in trouble. Ragnarok has to come out yet again, but he's taking so much damage. Dissonance not enough to finish him off.
Some more noodles swinging around.
Certainly is. This is, yeah.
Okay, this time Canyon's
like
coming,
your
though.
YouTube channel, as we've got Canyon coming in here to try and prove us wrong. As Rascal gets a good double boop with his belly. And now BDD looking to try and lock down this Udyr, but not able to get too much. They will be able to lock him down in the end. Possibly caught out. Of course, Seraphine very squishy, so it is an opportunity as now Ghost might be caught out. That's a fantastic quickness and grand entrance combo as the Killer Instinct from Ghost just to try and get that shield. Good exhaust comes in as Ghost almost burns down.
It is going to, free up this lane quite a bit. Force Canyon to be down here. He's going to commit in, teleport as well.
Chilling Smite comes through as that's a fantastic ulti out of barrel as well, but Blade Call is good from Ruler, flash out from life, but he's still going to die. Canyon picks up the kill somehow, as now Khan, Shockwave very close to interrupting him. Not able to actually get too much else done there as the Victor takes down the Xayah. The bottom lane's now taken care of as Flawless in a whole host of trouble. He's going to be dead. Showmaker gets a double. As he looks to just make sure that they can't get there and defend. It's going to be a double charge. Ulti comes in. Canyon just from behind the turret, the bottom lane evaporates. And now Rascal now has to get underneath his inhibitor turret. Shirley going for the triple. He's going to need a head massage after this one. As Canyon, yeah, they're looking to try and take this inhibitor. It's pretty early.
And I feel like Gen G actually need to respond there, respect their positioning here on the map. Showmaker actually getting left behind, has to flash.
Yeah, Grand Entrance not actually going to land as the Death Ray's doing a lot of work here. He gets bonked back with the cast, but still going to be a 1-for-1 as now Gen G have to get out of there. Rascal's going to be slowed down. He's now into the Baron pit, which is not where he wants to be. They do get vision of him as he's coming back around. Khan should be there. Canyon, in the meantime, he's just trying to boot people with his bear form as much as possible. Gives him a big old thumbs up, and that is going to be Ghost grabbing another kill towards the top side.
We were talking about that earlier. He kind of pioneered it here in Korea. So look at this angle for Khan.
Yeah, Ornhorn comes in. They get the knock up under Ruler. The flash in from Canyon. Featherstorm isn't going to save you now. As into the backline goes Ghost. The Grand Entrance is fantastic. Is the ulti out once again. He gets the double kill off the back end, and my god, the healing is repugnant out of this Seraphine. As yeah, you might be tanky Rascal, but it just means that it's going to take a while longer to kill you, and you're not going to be able to stop this Drake from going down. Gravity field from over the wall as Life is looking to try and go back. They do secure the Drake. And I believe the Staff of Flowing Water was just completed, actually, by Beryl at the start of that fight. And certainly looked pretty good. As Canyon's chasing after the Gragas. It's a decent body slam, but of course you're never going to create enough distance. As Khan, yeah, he's moving on over. This is going to take a long time, ladies and gentlemen. So probably cue the Benny Hill music, but no, Ghost is going to come in. Rascal says goodbye. And now he's still trying to get out of here. Ghost is going to catch up in the end. Supercharger going to give him that movement speed. Like Mundo 2.0. Although Mundo did get a buff on this patch, so theoretically he could be his own Mundo. As Canyon's just going to walk past the turret. As is expected, we've zoomed out to check in to see where Rascal's going to be trying to teleport. He is looking to try and get in. This is a last-ditch effort, but I think this turret is going down before he even gets here as he's lumbering over as fast as he can. The Ornhorn from Khan is too strong, gets the knock-up into the backline as Ruler has to ult very early. And unfortunately, Canyon just gets behind him. The Feathers do absolutely nothing. And the fight's breaking out on multiple fronts. Life goes in, but then notices that his team's just not there. They're trying to deal with this gigantic Ornn, flashing on forward, gets the headbutt to lock down the kill onto BDD, and now Canyon is still just bopping onto Rascal, running around, doing the best that he can. In the meantime, this Nexus is going down, and there's nothing that this Gragas can do about it. Yeah, he wants to go back to scubaing, I have a feeling, as we've got teleports coming forward, and we're just playing with him for now as he flashes over the wall. Death Rays come in, but unfortunately the Nexus does not last long enough. Fans looking forward to Friday as well. So I'm actually really glad that they showed a dominant performance here, sort of showing themselves rising back to form. You can see there's no outrageous numbers here on either side, apart from Gragas out damaging the rest of his team by about 1 billion. But it's once again another sad Orianna game.
Yeah, it is. You know, I mean, Victor is going to outdamage Orianna in most cases, especially in a winning game like this where you have such a dominant advantage.